Hello, and welcome back to another mega lesson. This mega lesson is going to be about homophones. This is American English with this guy. I'm this guy. My name is Brent, and if you are looking to get better at English, you've come to the right place. It's an absolutely beautiful day out where I live. Unfortunately, we haven't had rain in several weeks, so I'm watering my lawn. And remember, homophones are those words in English that sound alike, but they look different, and they also have different meanings. But before we get into actual homophones, I want to break down the word homophone. Break down meaning split it up into its parts. We have two parts, homo and phone, and they are both Latin and Greek roots. I had to go inside to turn the water off so I can move my sprinkler. It's a whole thing. The sprinkler's moved, the water's back on, but now it's kind of windy. I hope you guys can hear me okay. Homo means the same, and one of the most common words with homo is homosexual. And if you think about it, a homosexual is someone who likes their own gender or the same gender. Phone, it means sound, like microphone. Micro means small, and a microphone is something small that makes your voice big. Mini is another Latin and Greek root for small. This is a mega lesson. Mega means big. A megaphone, I'll put a picture up of it, is something that makes your voice big. It was around a lot before a microphone was invented. And before you say anything, yes, I know the shed door is still broken, but homophones, they are words that sound alike. Homophones. It's a little windy out there. I'm in my garage right now, but the first pair of homophones I'd like to talk about is sail and sail. So the first sail you often find on boats that we call sailboats. And in the first mega lesson that I filmed at a river, we could say that a sailboat could sail down that river. But the next kind of sail almost always has something to do with money. Someone is selling something and someone will be buying that something. For instance, a house. There's a house in my neighborhood that was built about 3 years ago, and it still has not sold, or at least I didn't think it had sold. But as I am walking down to try to use that house as an example, there is a moving van in front of it. So trying not to be too creepy, but behind me, there are actually people moving into that house. You might be able to see there is a U-Haul truck, and that is something that will carry furniture to a new house. So I won't be too creepy and go down there and film, but you saw the moving van, and there was a for sale sign right near those mailboxes. Not far from that house that was just sold, there is also some land for sale. And you can see that for sale sign right below my left shoulder. The next homophone pair comes from a member, Miho, and she was asking about right and right. Should I also mention I have a different shirt on, or do you care? I'm filming this on a different day. You can write your name with your right hand, but I'm left-handed, so I will write my name with my left hand. My camera doesn't want to get straight on this tripod, I'm sorry, but I'm wondering how many of you are left-handed. Please leave a comment. I'm left-handed, and I have heard that only 10% of the population is actually left-handed. And if you write your own name, we also call that your autograph. I know this video is about homophones, but I can't help myself. sometimes I need to talk about the Latin and Greek roots. So auto means self, graph means write. So you will write your name by yourself. The next homophone pair that we should probably talk about is pear and pear. The first pear is something you can eat, not my favorite fruit. And the other pair is always two of something. So you could have a pair of pears. Often when a couple likes each other or is dating, you might hear it said, they make a lovely pair. And another word we have in English like pair is couple. The next pair of homophones is flower and flower. And I looked through my cabinets and I didn't think we had any flour, but I did find this, and this is called cake flour. It's a little bit more fine than all-purpose flour, but we did have some all-purpose flour, and this is the type of flour that we call that's pretty much good for making anything that requires flour. And this is the other kind of flour. Jamie actually grew these in our front yard. I just don't know the name of these flowers. Peonies, maybe? I'm actually back outside for a second doing some more watering on the next day. And the next pair of homophones I'd like to talk about is pail and pail. And that's a little tomato plant that was given to me as a gift that I'm trying to grow and not kill, like I do with most of the plants that are given to me. Wow, this is heavy to hold like this, but this is what we might call a watering pail or a watering can. And it's quite hot out here. If I stayed outside too long without any water, my face might start to turn pale. Pail, like that, is a bucket or pail for carrying things. And pail like that means to turn white or to lose color. If someone's face is becoming pale, it's not a good thing. And remember, the great thing about homophones, if you are just speaking to someone, doesn't matter the spelling. It only matters when you write out the homophone. And I'm gonna put a picture up right there. I've also put it in the community tab on this channel, but I really believe it. If anyone ever makes fun of your English, don't worry about it. At least you know at least 2 languages, and that person probably only knows English. They might not even know English all that well. Learning a new language is super tough. Never let anyone tell you otherwise. Keep up the great job. Remember how I was saying we could use some rain at the beginning of this video? Looks like it might happen. Let's say that it does rain and the wind is picking up, so it actually might rain. We could say, if it's raining really hard, that it is pouring. Which brings me to the next pair of homophones, pour and pour. Unfortunately, if somebody doesn't have any money, we might call them poor, or a slang term in the United States is po. But let's take my pail again, which is a lot lighter this time. If I'm tipping it this way, I can pour water from it. I do want to thank Corinne Jackson for giving me the idea to do this homophones video. And I would also like to thank Elena and Luke for becoming silver members. If you would like to become a member of this channel and get a few extra videos a week, take a look. There should be a join button down there. But all of the English lessons will be absolutely free. You'll never have to pay to learn English on this channel. It is actually starting to rain. Drop just hit me. So I will be brief. It actually looks like it might start to pour. The sun is no longer out, but I have a son. His name is Ace. I am going to eat this piece of chocolate. We often say piece for when it is part of a bigger something. For instance, piece of cake, piece of pie. And often when we leave, we say peace. Thank you so much for watching. If you would like some more English learning, take a look up there. It's a slang playlist from slang videos all across YouTube. And below that is some Brazilian Portuguese subtitled videos of mine. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time before it rains.